Lackland Air Force Base. Looking for that heat. No. PG ones. Oh. What do we have here? Look at that. The olives. These are always 152 in case y'all wondering. The ones are always 128. 152. I wanted to see that. 152. This is the last sneaker though. And I don't know.
I have to get like hard tops.
I don't know.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, in case y'all wondering, they never have NMDs here in case you're wondering. And no boost. You can always get your Puma game up. Yeah. Clearance Life is looking at. Got these premium baskets right here. Super tumble leather. Showed y'all these before, man. The leather on here is great. If you're a Puma guy, I've kind of gotten away from Puma a little bit, but for $41, yeah. Got the 515s. These are women's. Okay, so I picked up the cop, and you saw the 3 kicks right there. And, you saw what I threw on the passenger seat over here. I actually have a couple of videos that are vaulted that I just wasn't happy with the footage, and every time I edit it, it just didn't flow the way I wanted it to. So I don't know. I might release it. It's something that I could drop at any time, by the way. It's not one of those, it will become irrelevant. It's always relevant. Got a couple of concepts that people talk to me about, some videos that I'm going to be dropping probably in the next week or so. I'm going to revisit the how to start a collection again. You know, and some of the dope kicks that you can go with without chasing the retro releases and still have flavor, because really it's all about what you like. That's what it's really about. And I don't want the younger generation to get away from that, or somebody that's a little older, like, man, I just want to cop some dope kicks for the low. Like, how do you do it? You know? So I want to impart some of that knowledge upon people and say it really is all about the flavor, you know, and not worried about being accepted or somebody saying something about it. It's your money. But let's head to the house.
The solution.
Alright, YouTube, I'm back at the crib. As you can see, the clothes changed because I had to do a retake of the video. Okay? I noticed that I messed up the headspace portion on the video when it got rendered. I noticed the top of my head was cut off. But anyway, we'll talk about the sneaker that I copped. And yeah, put this off to the side because this is a preview to these items right here, a preview to another video that I'm working on. Let me set these off to the side. And see what I got. The City of Flight Jordan 1 dropped a few weeks ago. And as you saw previously, I had taken a impromptu trip down to Lackland Air Force Base on the hunt for some heat at the base exchange. I gotta get the box together. And you saw they had these 3 kicks. You know, it was the City of Flight 1s and the 13 altitudes, along with the 13 olives, which I did not cop. I just have a feeling that those 2 I'm going to see on sale pretty soon, because they're the colorways don't really speak to me, so it's a sneaker I can wait for either to go on sale or the outlet to pick them up later. But these were really interesting to me, and I broke a rule. I said I was going to avoid the icy blue sole, aka the translucent sole, and I reneged and I got these anyway. But I like them. I like them a lot. This overly, I'm going to call it overly tumbled leather on here. You see the grain detail in there and stuff. And some people had things to say about this sneaker because they weren't limited. And that's one thing I probably want to talk about later on. The whole the limited sneaker thing. And really, if you're a young sneakerhead, don't follow that. Don't follow. You're gonna blow your money. You're gonna wind up disappointed. You can have flavor without wearing a lot of things. As you see right here in the video, this is for another video that I'm working on as well. I just left the stuff up there because it looked cool. New Balance. A lot of young cats don't rock New Balance. We're gonna talk about that though. But it was a dope pickup. I like them. It's got the wax lacing, the corded laces. You see this little plastic attachment right here. They also came with some white laces. I'm gonna go with the black laces. It's just too much contrast for me. I like these gold hits on here. You see in the back around the outline of the Nike swoosh, and on the Air Jordan wings, and on the tongue. And I have a lot of black and gold I can wear this with. And I've been on a little run with these for the past year or so. Yeah, almost a year or so with gold in my sneakers. And just a quick cop, $128 at the base exchange. Retailing for $160, but we see that right there. And I paid $128. I didn't get a discount on these because this was enough. Of course, it's tax-free, military exchange. And see it right there. Straight cash, Randy Mossett. $128 at the Army Air Force Exchange Services Base Exchange, Lackland Air Force Base, San Antonio. As I said in as I said before in a few videos, we have 3 military installations here. There's Fort Sam Houston, which is an Army base, and you have 2 Air Force bases. Randolph Air Force Base, which is a little closer to me. Fort Sam Houston, Randolph is closer to me, with Lackland being on the southwest side, I think that is, of the city. And San Antonio is a huge city, so that's not a base that I go to often, unless I'm headed to my college or I'm just in the area by South Park Mall and I decide to go there. But they do have some dope sneakers from time to time for the low. So the way it works, if the sneaker retails for $190, it's going to be $152. If it retails for $160, it's going to be $128. If it retails for $110, it's going to be $88. It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Of course, tax-free. If you come across some coupons, it makes it even better, which I have done in my previous videos. But do check out my military exchange heat videos. I was the first one to do it in the San Antonio area. Don't believe the hype. I had like 5 videos before a couple other people tried to do it themselves. Well, they did do it, but you gotta have access to get in there. So if you're wondering, hey, the solution, how do I go in there and get sneakers? First off, it's hit or miss. All right, it's very hit or miss because they may tell you there's a retro release, and it's always limited. They'll have almost a full size run, but no more than 2 to 3 pairs of each size, and you gotta line up. Then sometimes they just drop them in there, and you just never know. You never know. You say, oh, look at this, and you cop them, and they go pretty quick too. Some of the more not so popular ones will be available to you. I didn't want to use that word. I almost said it, the S word, but we don't talk about that here on the Solution for Kicks YouTube channel. We don't get into that whole I only want them because they're limited. I wear what I like. If I want to pursue a shoe that a lot of people don't have, I either go through some other means or go online. I'm not going to make my entire channel about chasing limited sneakers, or if a sneaker they didn't think was dope suddenly sells out and it's like, oh, how they sell out? Those are ugly. We're not going to get into that. But the bigger thing that's going on here, thank you. Just eclipsed the 300 mark.
This is Sparta!
Like I said in another video, I apologize for not talking about the 200 mark. That, you know, progress is great. And I don't want to seem like I'm not humble. Every milestone, whether it's 50 people, 100 people, or 200 or 300 or 1,000, you should give praise and thanks as people find your content interesting. Okay? And I'm doing this. It's a slow grind. I understand I am a niche sneaker YouTuber because, as you see, I got New Balance back there. None of the bigger people talk about New Balance. I like New Balance. Right? I always have. It's because of the region of the country that I'm from. And some people just don't get this. But, and I also love Jordan 1s. A lot of sneakerheads talk down on Jordan 1s because they're somewhat cheaper and more accessible. And it's not about chasing the limited. They only made a few pair of sneakers because guess what? A lot of people can still get those, but they might not be legit. Another video. But thank you for following me up to this point. Do comment, like, subscribe, and always subscribe. Hit that notification button, and you'll see the videos pop up. But I've talked enough, and I got to get out of here. Do comment, like, subscribe. Remember, you see it right here. It's not about how much you paid for the sneakers. Why did you pay that much? I'm out of here. Boom.
The solution.